to me, click!
DrewTube news. Right now, we're going to take you all the way out to Miami, Florida, because standing by, we got Drew McBurger and Drew Shivers as they're going to CBS4 News Studios. Gentlemen, what you got for us today, guys?
Thanks, Jason, and hello, everybody. My name is Drew McBurger, and my name is Drew Shivers, and we are here at CBS. Wait, why is there a CBS show? Oh my God! CBS Pharmacy. What? This is not CBS. Dad, you took us to the wrong place. Come on. Come on.
Sorry, whoops.
Thanks, Jason. And hello, everybody. My name is Drew McBurger. And my name is Drew Shivers. And we are at CBS4 News Studio. Okay, thank God it's the right one now. Yeah. CBS4 News Station. We're going to meet with some amazing people that are actually on the news. It's so awesome that we actually have a chance to go inside the studio and make a video. And I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get to 10,000 likes and please subscribe. Yeah. But let's get right into the video. Come on inside. Stop the video.
We are tracking a rapidly intensifying Hurricane Irma. Chief Meteorologist Craig Setzer has brand new information just in on the major hurricane that we need to watch.
Harvey flooding disaster.
Of course, everybody's attention on Hurricane Irma. The latest advisory indicating that it has not slowed down its intensification trend. We typically think of a hurricane or a tropical storm rapidly intensifying where it goes an increase in wind speed within 24 hours.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Craig Setzer. I'm the Chief Meteorologist at CBS4. What's your name?
I'm Drew.
And?
Drew.
Oh, nice to meet you guys.
Since you're the chief meteorologist, can we ask you a few questions about meteorology?
Absolutely, because I love to talk about weather. Guess why?
Why?
I'm Chief Meteorologist.
Well, our first question is, what kind of tools do you guys use besides satellites? Like, what kind of tools do you guys use to predict
We use
the weather?
lots of computer models and things like that. A lot of what we use is computer-based, so if you're good with computers and you're good with numbers and stuff like that, and graphics, you would make an excellent meteorologist.
When you're doing these things, are you like nervous?
Oh, I only get nervous when somebody sticks a microphone in my face. But I don't really get nervous because I've done it so much that I'm very comfortable doing it. I get a little bit nervous when I have to tell people scary things like a hurricane's coming or something like that.
So as you can see right here is Hurricane Irma.
Right here, well, look, you're almost a natural meteorologist. You pointed nicely. You used the open hand pointing. Some people use the finger pointing, but that was very good.
Irma's right there. I have a few questions. Like, what should they know about Hurricane Irma?
Well, Irma is the farthest east developing major hurricane since 2010. So it's been a while. It's been 7 years. Irma's kind of a small hurricane. If you look, I'm trying to think. Well, here's the Cape Verde Islands. Over here is the Caribbean. But Irma is small, and typically what we know about small hurricanes is, you know, like the fidget spinners?
Yeah.
Like a small fidget spinner, you can spin real fast, really quickly.
Yeah.
But if you had a really big fidget spinner, it would take a while to spin it fast. Well, small hurricanes can spin very fast, very quickly. But big hurricanes a lot of times take longer to spin fast. So right now it's small, so that's why it got strong so quick.
So I was looking at the cone, I found it was definitely going to hit this.
Yeah, the cone is headed that way, and one thing I've learned in covering hurricanes is you never use the word definitely, because as soon as you say definitely, something else changes.
Yeah. And then Florida, do you predict that's going to
Too early to tell. I don't know when this is airing, but right now I'm not going to say anything except that my hurricane kit is ready, and I'm going to work on it a little bit more this weekend.
And then one more thing is, how about Hurricane Harvey? What was happening?
Harvey. Well, Harvey is now over land. It's weakening, but it's still producing a lot of rain in parts of the Midwest and also even some tornadoes in Alabama today.
would you suggest that people get ready for Irma, like go to the store?
I suggest that if you're going to live in South Florida, you always need to be ready. And there's going to be some times when you need to get super ready, like put up shutters and stuff like that. And you're going to have to do it maybe several times before we get hit. That's just the price of living here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're here at the CBS News, Channel 4 News, and we have Rudabeh and
Rick.
Is there how did you get started working here?
Go ahead. Rick. Okay. I'll go first. So I was working up in New York, very close with the microphone, Drew. I was up in New York, and I got a phone call one day saying, "Do you want to move your family down to South Florida and come work at CBS at Channel 4?" And I was doing the news up in New York, and it was fun. But my wife and I talked about it, and we decided that it would be a fun adventure if we moved to South Florida. So here we are, and we've been here for 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was in Los Angeles doing the news, and I didn't get the call like Rick did. I had to come here and audition and come talk to people and interview, and then they decided to have me, so I got to come here too from LA, and I've been here for about 2 years.
And we're so glad that she's here.
Thank
Do
you.
you want to finish? But when you were like little, did you want to be a news anchor when you grow up?
Good question. And I would say, not little, but by the time I started to think about what I might want to do for a job one day, I had already sort of learned a little bit about journalism because I was very interested. I had a grandfather who was very into the news, and I would sit down and read the newspaper with him, and we would talk about politics, we would talk about what was going on in the world, and so I knew early on that it was something I was interested in. And then when I found out that you could actually do it as a job and get paid to do it, I thought to myself, that would be a fun thing to do one day.
I didn't know I was going to do TV news, but I knew I always loved to write. I really like to write, and I really love documentaries, and so I thought I was going to become a filmmaker or a writer or something like that. And then when I was in graduate school, I had an internship at a local TV station, and then I just fell in love with news because it was so exciting and it was fast-paced, and I liked that you got to see video and pictures of the stories that were happening, and so that's how I kind of got into the TV news side of it.
And the last, one of the last questions, like regular questions I want to
Yes.
ask you is, being on air in front of everyone on TV, how does it feel? Both of you guys.
It's funny, I don't think about that because I find that if I start to think about people actually watching us, then I get nervous. And then if I get nervous, I make mistakes. So when we're out there doing the news, I just kind of like to think about the fact that it's just me and Rudabeh and our friend Chantel, who's our stage manager, and we're just talking about the news. If I start thinking about people watching, then I make mistakes. I screw up.
Yeah, I think that's good advice. And you guys today, of course, we're doing it in front of you guys, but it's very different when you go and talk in front of a crowd of people, a big room of people, and maybe it's only 100 people, but that feels a lot different than just one camera, because sometimes it feels like we're just giving the news to one little camera. Sometimes we forget that all those people are watching on their TV sets.
Can you tell YouTube right here? Can you tell them a little bit about what happened with Harvey? Yeah.
Go ahead, Rick.
Well, Harvey is a terrible story that's affecting so many people in southeastern Texas, and it's a storm, a hurricane that came ashore about 5 or 6 days ago, and you probably have seen some of the pictures on TV of the flooding. It's been a major problem. The water has just ruined people's homes and their lives, and it's going to be years and years and years before they're able to rebuild and get themselves back to normal. So, that's a story. Obviously, it's not taking place here in South Florida, but it's such a big story affecting so many people in the United States that it gets a lot of attention
And
here
the cone,
too.
I saw it's going up to Tennessee.
Yes, you're right. The cone. That's right. You're watching the way the storm is now going to head up into the Midwest of the country, including Tennessee.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Elliot Rodriguez.
What do you do here at the station?
I'm a news anchor. In other words, I am in front of the camera and I read the news to people at noon and 6 o'clock.
Great. DVD, do you want to ask him a question?
Okay.
So, what is your favorite part about being an anchor?
Well, what I like is that I feel like I'm informing people and telling them important information. Like we were just chatting about the hurricane.
Yeah.
We'll do stories reminding people what to do to prepare in case a hurricane comes here. Not to panic, but just be prepared.
Yeah.
So I like that. I feel like I'm giving people good information.
Can you tell them right now? Can you tell them a little bit about the hurricane?
Well, I'm not a meteorologist, but I can tell you that at 6 o'clock I'll be doing the news. Hopefully you guys can watch. And we'll have Craig Setzer, who's our chief meteorologist. He'll fill everybody in on exactly what this hurricane is doing. It's called, you know the name of the hurricane?
Yes.
Irma. It's out there, but it's far. It's by the Antilles, right?
Yeah.
And so we, right now we have plenty of time, but we should keep our eyes on it because it could come our way. I mean, we are in a very hurricane-prone area.
This is one of the most places in America.
There you go. Why am I speaking? You're the one. Yeah, very good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, bye-bye. Nice to meet you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Three, two, one. Wendy's, the 50-cent Frosty, 50-cent Frosty, 50-cent Frosty. Wendy's, 50-cent Frosty. Wendy's. This summer, a Wendy's Frosty is just 50 cents. So feel free to freak out. Cause now is the best time to indulge a little. Or a lot. Do you? The 50-cent Frosty. Limited time only. Only at Wendy's. Wendy's. 50-cent Frosty, 50-cent Frosty. Wendy's, the 50-cent Frosty. Wendy's, 50-cent Frosty. Frosty. Done banana all summer. So we learned a little bit about meteorologists, anchors. We learned a little bit about their part. Now it's time for our main part, where we take you to the exact same thing, except in our version. So we're gonna start talking about the weather. So Drew McBurger, how's the weather in North Miami? Thanks, Drew. The weather's looking pretty good here. Today we have a low of 81 Fahrenheit and a high of 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And we have winds of 10 miles per hour. Update on T.S. Harvey. As of Wednesday, August 30th, at 10:05 a.m., the maximum sustained winds is 40 knots, 45 miles per hour. The minimum central pressure is 992 megabytes. And the movement is north at 8 knots, 9 miles per hour. Now it's a tropical depression that's going towards Tennessee and the Cone. Drew, did you know about T.S. Irma? I did know about T.S. Irma, but can you tell me a little more about it? Sure. T.S. Irma's winds is 50 knots, 60 miles per hour. 60 miles per hour, located at 16.4 north, 31.2 west. Minimum central pressure, 1,001 megabytes. Movement west at 13 knots, 15 miles per hour. I guess that wraps things up for today on CBS4 news station Meteorology Project. Well, we've talked about the weather, we've interviewed an anchor, and we've interviewed the chief meteorologist and the anchor's helper. It's been a great time so far. I hope you enjoyed the video, and remember, try to subscribe, and try and get the golden like button. 10,000 likes. See you next time. One more time, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like he said, and see you guys next time on DrewTube News. I'm Drew McBurger. And I'm Drew Shivers. See you guys next time. Bye.